Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Justin. We're back at the movies for another review. We're going to be finishing off Jean-Claude Van Damme week with the 1992 Roland Emmerich directed Universal Soldier. Huge fan of this movie. I have been ever since I was a kid. My father was not afraid to let me watch, adult content type movies. So I grew up watching movies like Universal Soldier on VHS. I've always been a fan of the movie. I love the dynamic between the two leading actors. You have, obviously, Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. They just worked so well together because they're very different personalities in a lot of way. They both start off as very stiff, just because the whole premise of the movie is both men were soldiers in Vietnam. And Dolph Lundgren's character snaps, goes off the deep end. And he kills two innocent, Vietnamese kids, basically. Young adults, teenagers, something like that. And Van Damme and him kill each other in the process. Van Damme's tour is up, he's going home, and, his sergeant snaps. They kill each other. Now, you fast forward a number of years, and they've been reanimated by the government into, these super soldiers. And eventually, everything they've done to block out what has happened to them in the past, because they've all died, Van Damme starts remembering all this stuff first, and he eventually escapes with an innocent bystander, and it just becomes a chase movie essentially. Sergeant Andrew Scott, Dolph Lundgren, starts remembering himself that he was a psychopath, basically, and that's what happens. But now he's a psychopath who also happens to be a super soldier. And it just makes for a fun chase movie. And you see a lot of... I personally see a lot of depth in Van Damme's character development through the movie. He's got humor. He's got a dramatic side to him. He's a badass. I mean, he's a badass in basically everything he does. But the dynamic between them works so well. It's just a fun, entertaining movie. And this was really Roland Emmerich's first big role as a director in American films. And you look at his career trajectory. He went from Universal Soldier to Stargate, which I love. From Stargate, he got Independence Day, which everybody loves, basically. And since then, he's just made blockbuster after blockbuster after blockbuster. But it all started with this fun action chase movie starring Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. There are some pacing issues in a few, like, I love the constant chasing between Scott's character and Van Damme's character. A few silly scenes put in that didn't really need to be in there, but they're fun for the scenes they are, but they don't really fit well with the movie in a lot of ways. And then there are some issues with how are they reanimated, how long it took for them to be reanimated. Why are two Vietnamese soldiers that died during Vietnam now alive 30 years later? How did they manage to do that? They don't really talk about that, so that does hurt the movie a little bit. But it's still a fun, entertaining, chase movie that is still rewatchable to this day. I think that's really all that needs to be said about it. It's a rewatchable movie. It's enjoyable. It's fun. 7.2. I'm going to give it a solid 7.2 for an action movie. That's a really good score. It's a very good movie. And you can see why Roland Emmerich became a highly sought-after director. And Van Damme was still in his prime at this time. And it shows. So 1992's Universal Soldier, 7.2 is the score. That concludes Jean-Claude Van Damme Week on the channel. Stay tuned for 12 Degrees of Kevin Bacon coming up, where we start a new week with a new actor. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care.